Award. Today, a good one in the NFC West. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. Let's get this going. Mike Tirico along with Greg Oates and Eddie Pinheiro to get it started. Off we go from Southern California. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by former #1 overall pick and Super Bowl champion with the Rams, Matthew Stafford.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today. And when he plays well, it's just proven to be a really hard team to beat.
First carry here for Kyron Williams. And marking down up at the 44-yard line. 18 yards, a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
And his run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
Now to bootleg with Stafford. Pass completely to Smith. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2 yards.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
So we come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. What will the second quarter have in store? We're back in Southern California in a moment. Second quarter now, Rams in control of the football. They've got a 2nd and 8 coming up. Out of the gun, Stafford. He'll go right back to Smith. They look up again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will start with 55 seconds to go until halftime. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. To the outside, he's got Smith. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll go with Williams. They get him. Take him down behind the line. Now a timeout Rams. It's number 2 as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. Open man is Parkinson. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get a conversion on 3rd down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You have points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
The Rams use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 2. Stafford. That one too far over the end line. Overthrow. It is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
3rd and 2. Stafford. And he'll throw this one away. Incomplete. Receivers blinking it everywhere he looked. Bring up. And 4th down.
I think if you're willing to throw it there, it tells us everything we need to know about the decision coming up here on 4th down. He didn't have anything available, threw it away, and I think in this part of the field, you got to really think hard about going for it.
His kick will skip the applause. It's good. And the Rams will take a 3-0 lead.
Outside of coming away with a touchdown, I'm not sure they could have done any better to close out that half. I mean, they burned all the clock, they don't let the opponent possess the ball, and they come away with points.
Of this first half, kicking with the lead now, as this one is in the air. And he will sit on here in the end zone for a touchback.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. For an opener, Purdy to throw. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
And their offensive struggles just continue to show up time after time here in this first half. It's going to be hard to sustain drives when you continue to put themselves in holes on these early downs like they did here.
Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. Airing one out for Bourne. And that one's incomplete. But a late drive comes in. It looked like he might have gotten there early. Eddie Pinheiro will come on and try a field goal now. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. Pinheiro's kick is good. And the Niners will tie this game up here late in the first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Still in search of our first touchdown of the game. We are tied at 3 as we begin quarter number 3. Here's Sky Moore now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. Low-scoring game, all time, third quarter at touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. And he works his way through the opening. There's the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and a yard. They run once more with McCaffrey. And he's going to leave his way forward. It's a 1st down at the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
And it'll be taken down. A big pickup on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. They still have all 3 timeouts. And here we go with 1st and 10. Here's Purdy, making the read and keeping it. And he maneuvers his way forward. A gain of 6. Now Rams going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock is stopped. 55 seconds remaining here in the game.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Now, 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Open man is Jones. And they'll pick up the 1st down. A gain of about 4. Now the timeout Rams, it's number 2. Gonna stop it. Just over 50 seconds to go in this one. Here's 1st down. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. And he's taken down. That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kicker right now.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Keno is the man in motion. McCaffrey. The elusiveness on display there. Nifty footwork setting up. 1st and goal.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
Here we go. 1st and goal. And they'll run here with McCaffrey. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
This game has certainly not been for the faint of heart, Mike. I mean, we've been riding the ups and downs the entire time. But what a job by this offense. Game on the line to find a way to score and take the lead with very little time remaining.
Next to score, Niners 10, Rams 3.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
This is first and 10. Looking out of the gun, Stafford. That is incomplete. So the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, Snake Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Unloads downfield, looking for Nakua. That ball bouncing around and then finally caught. And this is a touchdown. They do it on the final play. And now decision time, down 1. Will they go for 2 in the win?
I know everyone loves to debate these decisions, but I don't even think there's a decision to be made. You have got to keep your offense on the field, go for 2, and end this thing right here. No overtime.
So one matter still remains before overtime. The extra point. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here's San Francisco offense ready to take possession of the ball once more. They'll start it here with a first and 10. Second down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That's Christian McCaffrey. 49ers. That is their second. Talk things over before third down. the shotgun. It's Purdy. And on third down, that ball is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Now fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. Rams offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Now, a first throw here in overtime. He'll look middle and get this one to Parkinson. Now time out as it's number 2. And they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 34-yard line.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good runner. 3rd and short, 4th and short, the ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Williams. He's taken down just shy of midfield. A pickup there for 13. Good for a Rams 1st down.
Rams 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Another run here for Williams. They're going to work this now inside the 35. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
They put Adams in motion. 1st down, right back to Williams. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you can see with how fast he met the back at the play of the tape.
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. The shotgun snap to Stafford. He gets this complete, finding Allen. Now timeout Rams, that's number 2. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
The motion man is Nakua. Stafford now on 1st down. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up the key 3rd down?
And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, LA.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. Frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and you can see the results.
To the outside, it's brought in by and he's into the end zone. Devontae Adams. Touchdown, LA.
We don't make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. Sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get it underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. Takes what the defense gives them, and you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
So it's a win here for the Rams. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with a victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Rams are victorious as we say so long from SoFi.